We're hearing very positive remarks about people getting vaccinated across the region. This remains the focus, and as of Sunday, youth age 12 and up are eligible to get their shots.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's just great to see the Northwest Health Unit team doing such a great job. You know, we always said if we got the vaccines, we'd have no trouble getting them into people's arms, and it's been just that. Last week we had a couple what I would refer to as pop-up clinics for all ages, and some younger kids were able to get in. But this week it becomes official that 12-year-olds and up can come in, Ken, and you know, we're at 55% in the Northwest, and we hope that by the end of June, well over 2/3 of the entire province will be vaccinated, and a significant and growing percentage their second one. So it's tracking well.
Mm-hmm. Let's, and we're doing so well here in the Northwest, but Manitoba's still on fire. Let's talk about the continued temporary closure of the Ontario-Manitoba border. Is June 2nd still a realistic date for these restrictions to be lifted?
Oh, it's tied to the stay-at-home restriction that is to lift on June 2nd, Ken. But we are so proximal, so close to Manitoba, and their numbers are it's the epicenter of COVID right now. We've taken some patience, and it just seems difficult to imagine that there wouldn't be a restriction in place. We're going to take it day by day here, but I'm in close contact with officials in Manitoba, as I am here in Ontario, to understand what that would look like in terms of lifting June 2nd.
Let's quickly touch on the roadmap to reopening. It was announced last week, and Northwestern Health Unit Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Kit Young-Hoon, talked about a regional approach as you had previously, but we're on this new path. How are you feeling about this plan?
Well, I think that this is a slow and steady reopening plan that reflects the more recent realities of the COVID variants. Frankly, they're volatile. They spread quickly. Their impact on younger people has proved to be far more dramatic than before, Ken. So I think out of an abundance of caution, we ought to proceed out of this. Northwestern Ontario, and we're seeing this in Porcupine over in northeastern Ontario, are not exceptions to the rule by virtue of the fact that they're so far removed from Toronto. I mean, we've spent most of our time in the gray zone outside of the stay-at-home restriction itself. Our numbers are dramatically improved, and that's a credit to everybody's commitment. But frankly, as we just discussed, so close to a jurisdiction that is the COVID hotspot in North America, and one of the most serious, perhaps beyond that, we ought to be cautious. And I think that's what this plan does. That said, it gives us hope. And I know folks feel refreshingly better after many of the outdoor activities were permitted to commence this past weekend.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate your time again this morning.
Thanks, Ken.
It's Kenora MPP Greg Rickford joining us today on the Q Morning Show.